In the high-stakes world of finance, hedge funds are the undisputed titans, managing over $4 trillion and wielding enough power to move entire markets. But what if their success isn't just about smart investing? What if they're playing a different game, one where the rules are bent and the lines between strategy and manipulation are blurred? Today, we're diving deep into the shadowy tactics hedge funds use to sway stock prices, stack the deck in their favor, and walk away with billions. First, let's talk about their sheer size. With trillions in assets, when a hedge fund makes a move, it doesn't just create ripples. It creates tidal waves. A massive buy or sell order can single-handedly shift a stock's price. But it's not just about the money. It's about the controversial strategies they deploy. One of the most famous and feared tactics is short selling. In simple terms, it's a bet that a stock will go down. A hedge fund borrows shares, sells them, and hopes to buy them back later at a lower price, pocketing the difference. While perfectly legal, it gets murky when it turns into a short and distort campaign. This is where a fund might spread negative rumors or even false information about a company to create panic. Investors sell, the stock price tanks, and the hedge fund cashes in. It's a brutal strategy that can destroy companies and wipe out the savings of ordinary investors. Remember the GameStop saga? That was a classic example of this dynamic at play. Hedge funds were heavily shorting the stock, convinced it was doomed. But they got a taste of their own medicine when retail investors on Reddit, as Wall Street Bets forum, turned the tables, driving the price to astronomical heights and costing the short sellers billions. It was a rare moment where the public saw the curtain pull back on how these bets can be weaponized. Then there's the high-tech battleground of algorithmic trading. Hedge funds use super-fast computers running complex programs to execute trades in milliseconds. We're talking speeds that are literally impossible for a human to match. They can analyze mountains of data and make thousands of trades before you can even blink. This speed gives them a massive advantage. One of the more dubious methods here is called quote stuffing. Imagine a hedge fund flooding the market with thousands of buy and sell orders they have no intention of actually completing. This digital smoke and mirrors creates chaos and delays for everyone else, allowing the fund to exploit the confusion for a quick profit. This kind of high-frequency trading is a major reason for market volatility. The infamous flash crash of 2010, where the market nosedived almost 1,000 points in minutes before recovering, was partly blamed on algorithms running wild. Next up, we have pump and dump schemes, but on a much more sophisticated level. You might think this is just for small-time scammers, but hedge funds have been accused of orchestrating their own versions. It starts with them quietly buying up a large chunk of a stock. Then, they start the hype machine. They might use media connections or friendly analysts to talk up the stock's amazing potential. As retail investors get that fear of missing out and pile in, the stock price soars. And at the peak, the hedge fund dumps all its shares, making a fortune and leaving everyone else holding the bag as the price inevitably crashes. Another huge, and often unfair, advantage is information. While blatant insider trading is illegal, hedge funds live in the gray areas. They have vast networks of industry contacts, expert consultants, and former executives who provide them with insights that the public just doesn't have. Think of it as information asymmetry. They're making bets with a peek at the cards, while the rest of us are playing blind. A famous case involved the hedge fund SAC Capital, which paid over $1 billion in fines for insider trading. Their employees used confidential information to make massively profitable trades. It was a stark reminder of how privileged access can rig the game. Let's not forget the power of the media. Hedge funds are masters of controlling the narrative. They can strategically release a research report, either positive or negative, to influence public opinion and move a stock's price. For example, a fund might hire a research firm to publish a scathing report on a company they are short selling. The report might highlight real issues, or it might just be full of exaggerations designed to create panic. Either way, when the stock plummets, the fund profits from the chaos they helped create. So what are the consequences of all this? First, it destabilizes markets. The extreme volatility created by these tactics erodes trust and makes investing feel more like gambling. Second, it harms real companies. A solid business can be pushed to the brink of bankruptcy by a well-orchestrated short-selling campaign. And finally, it widens the gap between Wall Street pros and everyday investors, creating a system that feels fundamentally unfair. Can anything be done to level the playing field? The solutions aren't simple, but they exist. We need stronger regulatory oversight on short selling and high-frequency trading. We need more transparency, perhaps requiring hedge funds to disclose their positions more frequently so everyone knows who's betting on what. And critically, we need better public education to help retail investors understand these complex market dynamics and make more informed decisions. Hedge funds are a dominant force, and while they can provide liquidity and uncover corporate fraud, their aggressive strategies often come at a great cost to market fairness and stability. As more and more people participate in the stock market, the demand for a more transparent and equitable system is only going to get louder. The big question is whether regulators will listen, or if the market will continue to favor those with the deepest pockets and the fastest computers. The future of investing for all of us hangs in the balance. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown insightful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content that demystifies the world of finance. See you in the next one.